Chloe, otherwise known as Princess Aspian, and welcome to my channel. Just be me. I look like an emo today. I am being reverted back to my 12-year-old self and I don't know how I feel about it. So as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for any time at all now, you will know that I love discussing the bright, brilliant, wonderful aspects of autism. But I am also well aware that not everything is brilliant and not every situation is one that can be celebrated and that wants to be celebrated. I'm starting this video kind of chipper, but it's not really necessarily a chipper topic that we're talking about today. Being on the spectrum is obviously not always superpowers and eye sparkles and fun, exciting things that make you feel confident and happy about yourself. And I know that even personally, there has been so many times in my life where I'm like, man, this would be so much easier if I was not autistic. And I also know that there's a lot of people that watch my channel and they see me going out and doing things and like going to concerts and like vlogging cool experiences and always having like this bright, happy smile on my face. That's a lie. The past few videos I've done, I've like cried in them. You know what I mean? I'm always like sparkles on and glitter on and flower crowns and I'm always happy and bubbly. Autism isn't like that all the time. That's okay because no one's like that all the time. Ever. But obviously being on the spectrum, having a different ability, there are obviously situations and things that happen that make it not such an incredible, exciting, fun experience all the time. So today I've decided to compile up a list of the not so brilliant things that we go through as people on the spectrum. Some of these things are from my own noggin and some of these things that I've either discussed or seen with mates that I have on the spectrum as well. Regardless, these are 5 things that are really, really difficult about being autistic. Number 1, people assuming I'm not autistic. Now, it's not like I go around with like a big like neon sign on my chest and like a big crown on my head that says autistic and like rainbow light up colors. Although, I do know some people that are like that. And you know what? That's fine too. Like, do what you want, man. Live your life. I don't care. In recent, it has happened to me so many times, so many times that this has happened to me, and it's kind of driving me a little bit batty. I have had so many people that I have either seen in real life and met in real life, or that have commented either on my videos or videos that I'm in. The top comments always seem to be, oh, she can't be autistic. Oh, well, autistic people can't do that. Stop putting labels on her. Stop putting labels on yourself. She's not autistic. I know that many of these comments possibly come from a place of good intentions and a good heart, but at the end of the day, they're really not doing that. Because saying, oh, you can't be autistic, or telling me that I'm not autistic as some sort of compliment, as if being autistic is bad, as if I couldn't do the things that I do, or look the way I look, or act the way I act while being on the spectrum, you're kind of diminishing my entire being. And clearly, are completely, very much uneducated about what autism actually is in the first place. By telling me that I don't look autistic, it's not complimenting me, it's diminishing my experiences as someone on the spectrum. It's diminishing the things that I have to go through every single minute of every single day just to appear like what, like normal to what you guys expect. So yeah, that can be really hard and really annoying, and particularly people that have Asperger's syndrome and have slightly less visible autistic traits to the outside unknowledgeable eyeball, it can make us feel really not great, and it can make us question who we are and question our identity and just make us feel not great. So like, don't do it. Number 2, people undermining my abilities because I'm autistic. Now, this is literally the exact opposite of the first one, but is just as bad, if not worse. I've genuinely had people in my life who baby and belittle me after finding out that I'm on the spectrum. And this isn't like, oh, she's like having a meltdown, oh, she's in sensory overload, oh, she needs help. This will be in daily life where it happens. And it doesn't happen so much to me because I'm pretty good at being like, hey, I'm a strong individual woman, I can do my own thing, we good. But I do have several friends on the spectrum who do experience this daily, even though they're incredibly capable people. Or the way that I suppose it would happen more so to me personally, on a lot of videos that I post, or on a lot of times when people see me, people say things like, oh, that's incredible that you can do that even though you're on the spectrum. Wow, look at you living life like a normal human even though you're autistic. Can you see how that would kind of get a little bit frustrating and a little bit annoying? Basically, the thing that I'm trying to say here is don't treat us like what your expectations of autism are. Treat us like who we are as individual people. I'm also starting to realize a little bit of similarities in all of these things, most of them involve other people. I've come to find that the things that annoy me most about autism aren't actually anything to do with my brain, aren't anything to do with the way that my brain works, but the way that other people treat the way that my brain works. Be nice to people and everything will be okay. All right, let's go into some things that aren't the cause of other people for the most part. Number 3, sensory overload. I'm gonna cut it straight. Sensory overload is a real pain in the bum. It's annoying. I don't like it. I don't think anyone likes it. Nobody likes sensory overload. Nobody likes meltdowns. Nobody likes feeling like their head is going to spontaneously combust when you just want to, like, you know, not. Sensory overload is a real issue that people on the spectrum face daily, hourly, minutely. It's something that we go through every single day of our lives, and it kind of sucks. Sensory overload isn't always meltdowns and crying and need to completely disappear from society for 3 weeks at a time, which also happens to me. I'll admit, that's fine. And you know what, that's fine, it happens, and you know what, that's okay. Sensory overload can also be, if I put on makeup for more than 2 hours at a time, I feel so fatigued and so drained, and I don't know why, but that's kind of sensory overload in itself, and that's annoying, because I would love to doll myself up every single day and just be like, hello boys, it's me. But it's tiring, and I have to kind of be like, what's more important to me? And honestly, being comfortable is a lot more important. Yep, that's, yeah. But then some days as well, I'll have days where I'm like, yep, today's a good day, we're gonna go out and do stuff, and it's gonna be brilliant, I'm gonna ride 4 horses, and I'm gonna go out and film 7 videos, and I'm gonna go out and like go to the shops and just like make a real good day of myself. And then the next day, I'll be like, I don't even want to leave my bed today, and it's not fun. I would kill to be able to have this amount of energy every single day of my life and every single second of the day. Most other people would disagree. My mum would be like, thank God. But yeah, sensory overloads aren't fun for anyone. So that kind of sucks. Honestly, if there was one part of autism that I would change about myself, it would be that I didn't get sensory overload and that things like that didn't bother me, because it can be a bit of a pain and it can take a bit of a toll on you. So sensory overload is not fun. Number 4, interacting with people. This is a whole video in itself, but I'm gonna try and keep it short. I'm not gonna try and talk too much about it. That's a lie. I talk too much about everything, which is annoying in itself. I never know when to shut up. I will keep talking forever. I don't care if people are listening. I don't care if anyone's even in the room with me. I never know when to shut up. Like, I literally never know when to shut up. Try and get 5 Aspies in a room at the same time. No one can get a word in, but no one cares because everyone's talking anyway. Let's be honest, people are weird and confusing and don't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. Things that are considered normal in a daily conversation are completely alien and weird to me. People interact in weird ways and use their body in weird ways to communicate and expect you to interact in a way that your mind physically can't. Here's a tip. If you expect us to listen to you thoroughly and look you in the eyeball at the same time, you're most likely gonna end up disappointed. People say things that they don't necessarily mean, like weird metaphors, which I still struggle understanding a lot of the time, and sometimes they don't speak at all. They just expect you to know what they're saying by their body language alone. Something like 55% of the way that we interact with each other is based on body language. And then the other 38% is like your tone of voice when you have a conversation, and then the rest is your voice. So I have like, I can't math, but I have like a 7% chance of understanding what you're talking about. The way that our brains work aren't necessarily in line with the way that our world is taught how to communicate with people, and that can be really, really hard and oftentimes leave us feeling excluded and left out, and it's not fun. It can be really hard. Number 5. The relentless bullying that happens because of being different. Now, I left this one till last, but this is easily the most difficult thing about being on the spectrum. Sensory overload and meltdowns and not understanding communication has nothing on this. There is not a single thing that I can think of that is worse than feeling excluded and being so relentlessly bullied because of who you are. Not so fun fact, 49% of kids on the spectrum are being bullied so relentlessly to the point where it causes severe emotional trauma that will carry throughout their entire lives. That's really terrifying. And that's 5 times more likely than any other kid in the classroom. And you know how bad bullying is on a whole. Imagine if it's a child on the spectrum. Imagine if it's someone who already feels so alienated within their own body. That's pretty much 1 in 2 kids, man. That's half of the kids on the spectrum that are getting bullied. That's 1 in 2. That's a huge number. That sucks, man. Like, that really sucks. I've told my story a few times before in different ways and different little bits and pieces of it, but end of the day, school was not fun for me at all. Kids like to hurt things that are different. Kids and adults, I've found as well now, are scared of things that they don't understand, and sometimes that thing that they don't understand can be as small as a child who thinks in a little bit of a different manner. And this is the most important one that I have said, but it is also the one that has the most likelihood of changing and that needs to change the most, because it's not fair that the things that we hate the most about ourselves aren't even anything to do with ourselves. It's to do with other people. And this isn't just me personally going like, stop bullying me, stop harassing me on the internet. This has come from so many people that I have spoken to. Every single one of them can vividly recall every single one of their bullying experiences, and they're not just small things. It's big, intense, scary, devastating stuff that really ruins a kid's life forever. So I guess we're kind of looking at 2 different aspects of this. Number 1, it's easily the worst one and easily the saddest one, but number 2, it is also the one that we can improve the most. Now that I know that if you've watched this far in this video, or if you've seen my other videos before, then I'm probably preaching to the choir now, but just be nice to people, you know, like, just be nice. It's not that hard to be kind to people, you know, just like, I don't know why I have to keep saying this because it's still happening. Your one act of kindness, hey, do you want to come sit with me at lunchtime? Hey, do you want to come play with us? Hey, do you want to come hang out? Hey, do you want to do this? Hey, do you want me to include you like a normal human being? Can literally change someone's life forever, man. I don't know, be nice to each other. Just be nice. Just be nice. So anyway, that is my 5 different things that is really hard about being autistic. If you're on the spectrum and you have other things which you find difficult, let me know down in the comments below, because the thing that I've learned is you're not alone. And if you feel like you're going through something and you feel like you're the only person in the whole world going through it, I can guarantee you're not. And I can guarantee that there's people out there who understand you and love you and agree with you and are going through the same things. And I think it's really important that we lean on each other in these situations, even though as an autistic person, I don't like leaning on other people, but you know what I mean? It's a metaphor, which I'm not meant to understand, and I just did one. Booyah. Let me know if you guys like this video. Maybe you can relate to it personally. Maybe you know someone who relates to it personally. Maybe you have no idea what I'm going on about, and maybe this video will help you maybe show people a little bit of kindness. Anyway, that is today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, let me know by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I don't mind. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Do whatever makes you feel good. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Just be